Hello everyone, I'm Jamie with Love, Light, and Roses. I'm going to get started with group 1 here. And let's see. We have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And we also have wedding. This situation involves marriage. So I feel like this is going to be messages for 2 different groups of people, whichever one you resonate with. So I feel like for those who are seeking a new relationship or wanting development in a relationship you're currently in, it's like we're going to this attraction card, and I feel like you need to start focusing on your own love, on yourself, on your health, on your well-being, beauty, things you enjoy in life. Stop and smell the roses. I feel like some of you have forgotten who you are and what you deserve in your relationships, whether you're the person doing it all, or maybe you've bought into this idea that when you're in a relationship, you can't dress a certain way, you can't act a certain way, or you give so much to your partner and family if you have your own family, that you no longer care for yourself. You put yourself last. So Spirit is asking you to really pay attention to yourself. Allow yourself to be attractive, to take care of yourself, to put yourself first. And I'm not talking about in a selfish way, but you can't forget yourself. I do believe that some of you are looking for a new relationship. May also be, I get 2 different messages here. Like some of you don't believe you can attract someone, that you're not beautiful enough or enough in some area. Others, you're kind of like afraid of that attraction, in the way of you're afraid that if you attract someone, that you'll find yourself in a negative situation like you've been before. So you may have had some negative relationships in the past. Maybe someone's cheated on you or taken advantage of you, didn't appreciate you, whatever the scenarios were. You're using this anti-attraction, if we want to call it, because some of you don't take care of yourself. Some of you, I get the feeling like you've gained a lot of weight and you blame yourself. There's a lot of negative self-talk and negative habits that you have regarding that. But what's really keeping that weight on for you is that negative self-talk, that self-blame. And also there's this need to protect yourself. It's like you're using your body to put space between you and others, particularly those whom you feel would be harmful to you. And this is going to pertain to those who've been hurt by almost everybody in their life. This is going to be where you really have, either, regardless if you're coming into healing from that, but it gives me the idea where you have lost total trust in people, particularly of the opposite sex. If you're attracted to the opposite sex, or it could be the same sex if you're attracted to the same sex, but whichever it is, it's like you're afraid of that attraction, and subconsciously, some of you, not all of you, are afraid to be attractive for that reason, trying to protect yourself. And at the same time, you're getting on yourself because you do all of these different things to help yourself out, and yet nothing's really happening, or it seems like nothing is happening. We have wedding here. This situation involves marriage. Somebody's afraid of getting married. So I feel like whether you've been asked, someone has asked for you to marry them, or maybe you're just in discussion, or even if you thought about, do I want to get married? I get in this idea that some of you've been married before. You're not sure if you want to do that type of commitment or something like that. Even if you don't believe in a legal contracted marriage, a serious commitment of any kind, you're not so sure of. And I'm getting that phrase, take a leap of faith. There may be risk involved, but I feel for a lot of you who resonate with this part of the message that it will be worthwhile, because you're with your soulmate. This is your true love, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. But it's really that love from heart to heart that a lot of you have been looking for, been desiring. This is your counterpart. Some of you have been together for a long time. This could be months and years. Others, you haven't been together that long, but the love is strong and true. And you're scared because you don't think it's been that long. You're not sure if you can trust yourself. I feel that other person is true, but at the same time, I'm getting this fearful energy from both sides. So maybe you're both worried a little bit. Do what's best for you. Just because you wait a little bit doesn't mean that, or if you want to wait or the other person wants to wait, or secretly you both want to wait, it doesn't mean that that's a bad sign. Do what's best for you. Others, I feel like if you are in the midst of planning a wedding, you may be having some drama or conflict with the in-laws or even with your own family in regards to how to plan the wedding, what's going to happen, who's going to do what, those kind of dramas you see on television and the films. And I feel like you really need to, you and your fiance should really discuss this and kind of keep your boundaries up, because this is your wedding, right? You're the ones getting married. They're not. Don't let people manipulate you into doing things that you don't want to do. And this could even include where people are trying to keep you from getting married, or in the very, very, very small, minute amount, I feel there could be pressures to marry someone you don't want to marry, or you feel like it could be okay, but you're just not sure. But deep down, if you really analyze it, it seems like you really don't want to go through with it. And it seems like the only reason why you're considering it is because of some sort of responsibility, whether this is involving some sort of pregnancy or a family situation or something else. Do what's best for you. What does your heart say? What does your inner being say? Your intuition? What do you feel in your gut? Go with that. Whatever it is you choose, do what's best for you. And don't let people sway you from what you feel is right. All right, so we have runner, escape from emotion and confusion, on the run. So I feel like this, of course, is tying in with some of those people dealing with fears, whatever those fears are, dealing with relationships. Some of you dealing with denial of what's happened in the past. Oh, like saying, oh, that's not going to happen again. If we're talking about cheating or something else, I'm getting something with finance. Maybe someone swindled you out of some money, or your family somehow a scam. But you're running from truth here, if that's what's going on with you. I feel like you've got to face the truth. What is the truth that you feel within yourself? What is the truth around you that Spirit's trying to show you? And this could be even on the other side of the argument. Some people, you're seeing negative things because of your beliefs, but really you're kind of using the past to punish the present. And whatever went on in your past relationships, you're using that as a reason either not to go forward in the current relationship you're in, to, like I said earlier, some of you second guessing, not wanting to get married, not trusting your partner, but deep down, really, it's a reflection of how you don't trust yourself. So gotta face the truth of things, regardless if you decide to move forward in the relationship or any kind of commitment. But do know that that's what's going on here. A lot of you, at least who resonate, you're dealing with past energies, past patterns and habits, past habits of thinking and feeling. So really do what you can to face that, to heal that. Even some of you may consider counseling or therapy. Whatever is best for you may help. Beliefs, similar or clashing belief systems can bring you together or keep you apart. So this, we kind of touched on this already. Others, this is, of course, as we can think of in the most traditional sense, dealing with religious and spiritual beliefs. So maybe you and your partner may not have the same beliefs. You may think differently, even on concepts that are outside the religious and spiritual realm. This could be having conflicting beliefs in how to raise children and how to keep your home. Even as simple as decision is, do we share a bedroom or do we have our own? Or do we have both? What colors to paint the walls. Some of you, conflict resolution skills are going to benefit you greatly, because I'm seeing a couple where they're used to being the only child, both of you. You're like that. You have that only child concept going on. You're used to being by yourself, making your own decisions, even since you're a kid. So having to split control and ideas is not your forte, it seems. And you're probably laughing at this because you know it's true, and it could have come up in past relationships. Maybe even presently someone has kind of brought it up, or something has reminded you of it, and you are kind of ready to get past this. But at the same time, you're afraid, because for you, this type of relationship or relinquishing control is like give it in. And I get this person who's just afraid that all of their freedom is taken away, and you're just not used to having to share and compromise. So if this resonates, just sit down together. If y'all have to go to couples therapy, do that, but definitely working on conflict resolution, on compromising, even forgiving each other, maybe learning how to clearly communicate with each other, expressing your needs and desires and fears with each other, doing whatever you can to kind of clear this energy out. Some of you, these are patterns you may see in your family. So family members may have similar issues, or it may be down all along your ancestral line. So some of you, this is part of you kind of changing, converting, transforming, transmuting that energy so that these same patterns of beliefs and issues don't continue. Let's go on with the next card. We have community, friendship, fun, a light heart, enjoy downtime with friends and family. So marriage and serious partnerships or commitments of any kind doesn't mean that you have to give up your community. It doesn't mean you have to give up your friends. The freedom to go out and enjoy life. Let's say, I'm getting pictures of people shopping, doing their everyday things. Some people have these beliefs that they have to give up a lot to be in a relationship like that. And from personal belief, I don't think that's true. I mean, we do have to compromise and be respectful. If we're leaving and going somewhere, it is respectful to say, hey, I'm popping out, I'm going to do this and this and this. Or if plans change, just shoot them a text or give them a call, right? You don't want to be gone for hours or days on end without saying anything. So some of you, it's just having to deal with these negative beliefs about what it means to be in a relationship, and figuring out what the boundaries are and how you'll work together to communicate with each other without having to compromise too much of each other's freedoms. So a lot of people in group 1, you could be dealing with just coming to terms with relationships and trying to figure out an equilibrium with your partner if you're already in a relationship. And regardless if you're single or not, dealing with those beliefs, dealing with feelings, dealing with concepts and thoughts about yourself and about your partner. Let's see, we have cup of tea, culture and practice. So definitely when we're talking about culture and practice, the phrase cup of tea, that's not my cup of tea, or that's my cup of tea. When it comes to culture and practice, when it comes to society, there's a lot of things that help us build those beliefs, like we're talking about, those thoughts, those concepts. the foundation of our basically entire makeup of our belief systems, which can help create or at least influence our personality, our routines, and who we, converse with, who we hang out with, and essentially who we're in romantic relationships with. Some of you, the conflict is going to be in clashing with your own cultural, socio-economical beliefs or practices you may have in regards to relationships. This may even include friendships for some of you. I also see conflict between you and parents, or it could be the other partner's parents. Whatever it is, a lot of that going on, especially if we're talking about two people coming from two different cultures. Just an example, let's say someone who's the stereotypical white American, and someone else, they partner up with the most traditional, let's see, someone far away. Let's say someone who's very traditional in an Asian background, whether it's Chinese or Korean or some other culture, something very different. And each family has their own beliefs about relationships, about marriage, about children, etc. So a lot of clashing. And I feel like people need, like I said earlier, need to focus on themselves, not let others try to run their relationship and their marriage if they are in the midst of getting married or making those lifelong plans, or I guess I shouldn't say lifelong because sometimes they're not, but this more serious conversations shouldn't be allowed to be manipulated by others, right? You gotta acknowledge your cup of tea here, not be afraid to change it, right? As we try new things, right? But don't allow others to easily manipulate what your cup of tea is. Let's see, we have professional development, new skills. So, and that goes over belief. So again, this could be saying, allowing yourself to develop differently, try new things. Like I said with the cup of tea, maybe you give a little, each of you, or maybe y'all both put all of your traditional beliefs aside, and y'all decide to create something new together. It's all up to you, but it's this give and take, definitely. There's learning how to be a couple, but also retaining your independence with each other, as well as with families and friends, etc. We have music. So some of you, music in group 1 is very important. I can see that it helps calm you down. This could be for you or for both of you, you and your partner. Music can be very healing and soothing. So if you ever find yourself, where you feel like you're stressed out, I feel like some of you may go for a drive and listen to music, or you may just put on your favorite song. You may even play music, let's say an instrument, or sing. But music is very important to use somehow. Some of you, I feel like part of the issues, if you're in a relationship already, and this could even be if you're single because of the culture, but like if you are a traveling musician or in some sort of similar profession, you may have issues about relationships because of the type of work you're in. Either not feeling like the relationships you come into are genuine, or feeling like the culture of your profession doesn't allow you to cultivate a genuine relationship or even family, because I feel like some people are thinking that they shouldn't get married, they shouldn't have kids, their job doesn't allow them to be around a lot. And this could even stretch to other types of professions. Let's say a truck driver, someone who's not going to be there a lot of the time, right? Or we can extend it further to maybe someone who doesn't make a lot of money, so they feel like because of that lack of funds and resources, or they don't have X, Y, and Z, that they shouldn't get into a serious relationship, build a family, or whatever of other types of worries may be going on in their life. Some people, at least in my personal viewpoint, may even reconsider buying a home, because they'll probably think, what's the use? I'm never going to be here to use it, to make that investment. They're used to traveling around, so settling down may not be plausible for them, or they may not feel like it's something that they should do, even if they kind of are on the fence about it, because there could be like there's this little part of them that actually wants to do that, but these fears keep playing around in their mind, persuading them otherwise. So group 1, these are your messages. I hope they help. Remember, we all have our cup of tea, but it's always nice to try a new type of tea, right? And see if we like it. It's good to try new things to see how they can work out. And as Spirit said at the beginning of the reading, don't be afraid to take some risks, right? Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. So y'all have a great night. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Group 2. All right, group 2. Let's see what we have here. All right. So we have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. We have give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So I feel like group 2, this is going to be mostly couples, I feel. A lot of you may be married or in some sort of serious commitment relationship. You may even have children. I don't feel a lot of singles, but if you're single, maybe you were drawn to this reading for a reason, so we'll find out. But we are dealing with some ascension and development, awakening here for some of you with religious factors, coming into new ways of being. And this could create conflict if your partner is used to you being one type of person. And this could even, kind of similar to group 1, we talked about even having different beliefs in how to raise the children, or simple things like that. How to decorate the home, how to set up our home and run the home. So those who I see are shifting in religious or spiritual beliefs, ascending, and your partner may not share the same viewpoints with you anymore. There's that type of conflict. I really feel this tug of war kind of energy, this pulling back and forth, back and forth. I feel like this represents some of the energy that some of you in group 2 may be feeling within yourself. This going back and forth between the old and the new, the old and the new. You don't want to have this conflict with your spouse or partner. You love them dearly, or you may just really rather have everything be fine as it used to be, but you just can't shake this, right? Others, there's this sad, heavy feeling I'm picking up. Let me see what this is. We could be dealing with divorce here, a death or a loss in the family, losing friends as well, whether they've actually been lost to death or moved on somehow out of your life. But it's like these, and that's normal if we're talking about ascension, because when we ascend spiritually, we're raising vibration, right? And we're making changes in our lives. And so therefore, naturally, people who are no longer in alignment with that and aren't really on their way to raise their own energies as well and realign with you, essentially going up with you, tend to fall away in one way or another. Even if they stay in your life, they're just not as close as before. So some of you in group 2 may be dealing with this, okay? Coming to terms with your own spiritual growth and evolution, and dealing with all of these other changes as well. Some of you, when it comes to give your relationship a chance, this could be a second meet up with someone. I'm not really getting a heavy energy of like someone from the past. If you're dealing with a lot of conflict, whether it's with issues we were just talking about or other types of issues, some of you may be wanting to give the relationship a chance. So it's like, let's try therapy. Let's make all these changes. I want to grow with you. The other person may be willing to grow with you and try, even if they are in conflict with their own spiritual evolution and change. So regardless, some of you, I do feel you may be dealing with rocking the boat a lot, and there could be that talk about walking away, but others, it's about giving that relationship a chance. Some of you, I do feel it's because you have children, or some sort of responsibility like that where you do want to try. I don't feel like 100% of y'all will be successful, although I do feel there is a good percentage of y'all that deep down in your heart you love each other and like you're supposed to be together. You're just having to deal with this conflict, try to bring in some solutions and resolution. And I feel good energies about that. Some of you, it could take a few months. Others, I see y'all working through these for a few years, okay? So regardless, some of you, I do see, even if it is a trial to get through, some of you feel like it would be worth it. And you end up in a better place together as far as growth and being happy with each other down the road. We have outcome, results, conclusion, ending. You will get a resolution. So, we did kind of just touch on this. Some of you, you will get that resolution, although not all of it may be the resolution you're wanting. Some of you want to stick together, but you are going to end up maybe separating or divorcing or walking away from the relationship if you're not married. Some of you, if that happens, I do feel like it's something you both want. In the end, you feel like it's the best for both of you. So it's not always like these horrible endings where you're at each other's throats and you're both just angry and sick at each other. Some of you, though, will get a positive resolution, but not everyone. Just trust that whatever happens, that it's the best for both of you, and be willing to allow to work with each other. That's my suggestion. If there is a walking away here, and help yourself to heal, and so that it'd be easier for both of you to come to terms, have some closure, be able to move on to the next part of your life. It'll be a little easier. If you can work at that. We have feminine, your divine feminine, you seeking her twin and soulmate. So some of you are looking for that divine counterpart. So if you're walking away, some of you may have already walked away. I'm picking up. This may have just been a confirmation to what you've been feeling. But there is someone, I don't want to say someone better, but essentially that's what I'm feeling. It's like someone who's been more in alignment with who you are and becoming a true soulmate I feel like those who resonate with this part of the message, the person you were with is more of what I would call a karmic. Even if y'all were head over heels in love at the beginning, some of you may acknowledge, oh, in the end, I think now that I look back, we were more like friends. I don't know how I thought I loved them. But it seemed like, it wasn't for nothing. It's like you got something out of the relationship as far as learning, right? Spiritual learning and evolution and growth. Both of you did. But now you're going to be coming into a relationship that's more in alignment with you, with your energy, with who you are, and vice versa with the other partner, whether it's right away or months, years from now. Some of you, I am feeling where there probably be months and years after meeting a few people, but essentially there is that opportunity for your partner as well to find their counterpart, but more certain for you, the person watching this reading. So big goals, career, business, success, claim your place in the world. A lot of you are wanting to focus more on your professional success and dreams, goals, whatever that is for you. This could also entail personal goals, not just professional. Especially those coming out of a relationship. It's like, let's revamp, let's get to know myself again, let's go on vacation, let's learn something new, let's take a course, let's take a class, let me donate all my clothes and buy a whole new wardrobe. I'm going to go do some of these things I've always wanted to do. I'm going to explore. I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to see my friends more. I'm going to work out. Whatever it is, we have these goals. It's like revamping yourself. And so some of you may not get into a relationship right away. You may not even have that intention. And then you run into the person who is essentially your divine counterpart. Okay. Some of you may meet someone who isn't going to be your, true love, but someone who helps you come out of your shell a little bit. Even if you're just friends, you never really get into a romantic relationship. It's like you get, some of you do meet someone who kind of pulls you out of your shell, out of your comfort zone. It's kind of like a preparation for when you actually do meet your one true love, if you're twin flame, however you want to say it, soulmate. We have self-worth, values, self-esteem, confidence. Be empowered by valuing yourself. So this kind of goes along with this card and this one over here. A lot of you really focusing on the self, coming to terms with who you are, learning to value yourself, to love yourself more, to care for yourself. And like I said, essentially just recreating your life to be more in alignment with who you actually are, loving your life to the core. And I see a lot of you going into new directions, so new jobs, new professions, even relocating to live somewhere brand new. Others, you may not make such drastic changes, but you do make enough changes where it brings in new opportunities, new people, even just new friends. It doesn't have to be totally just romantic relationships here. We have caged, tied, and trapped. Some of you for years, for a long time, have felt like this, even if you didn't want to admit it before. Let me get this fuzz here. There we go. And it's like, regardless, and I'm not saying this is because of the relationship you were in. It could be how life felt to you, the responsibilities, life in general, not just the relationship, but we're coming out of that. This could be dealing with beliefs and concepts you had about yourself, but as you revamp and recreate yourself, You free yourself, you free your mind, you free your heart. Because some of you, you may have been carrying a lot of things that kind of tied you down. You may not have realized it till recently, or maybe over the past few years. But from childhood, from teenage years, maybe even young adulthood, have you been carrying some baggage here that has kept you from being who you truly are, or trying new things because of your beliefs from what you've learned in the past. Sleep. A lot of you in group 2 need a lot of sleep as you go in transition to the next phase of your energetic evolution, coming into another awakening, a breakthrough in your mindset. I see a lot of energies going in and out of your body and your mind. You really need a lot of sleep, more water, a healthier diet to really help you go through this, as well as with the possible stress and dealing with these changes in your lives. But definitely a lot of sleep. Some of you may have been having a lot of dreams as well. Do pay attention. I do believe some of them may speak about what's going on in your life. There may be messages there. Others, these are just representing some fears that you may be going through, allowing you to engage feelings and emotions and beliefs that you may not be engaging in your waking life. So pay attention. If you're not creating space to heal these things, or at least confront them, be open about them in some way or form, they tend to things like that find their way into your dreams and sleep. So do what you can, even if it's keeping a journal to write out your emotions, or if you have to see a counselor or therapist. But either way, you really do need to try to take care of yourself more and get more sleep, more rest. We have Tower. So this is kind of like the Tower card in the tarot, dealing with change, dealing with kind of like where you tear everything down and build it back up. So a revamping of you and your life, as we spoke before. But this is good because some of you, I feel like you're going to come back stronger. You're going to be better and more in alignment with your divine truth, with who you are, or having greater clarity in what you want in your life and where you want to go as you go forward. Just a lot more confidence in the self. So group 2, these are your messages. I trust that these will help you as you move forward. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Take care. All right. Group 3, we have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Some of you, I feel like you're single, and I usually don't talk about relationships like this or dating, but I'm getting someone who's saying, I have been out of the game for a long time. I need to get back in the game. I feel alone. I don't know if I can even get a partner. It's been such a long time. Some of you, this could be because you've either widowed or divorced. Some of you have never been in a relationship or a serious relationship, and you could be looking for one. But, allow your friends to help you, or other people. I see some people signing up for like a matchmaker, or not necessarily apps. I mean, you could possibly do that, but it's more of like hands-on dating, those types of resources. Others, it's more like you begin to start putting yourself out there more. But I'm getting the feeling like you need to try different avenues. You shouldn't just put all your eggs in one basket per se. And that means, what I'm talking about is, don't continue with the same routine. You're putting all of your effort in the same thing that hasn't really been working out for you. And I feel like you need to try some new things. So if you're the type that goes to clubs, maybe you go to different clubs, or maybe you try something totally different and don't go to any clubs. Try different atmospheres, because it could be that the people you're wanting to meet are not frequenting the places that you naturally frequent. It could be that they're in a totally different sphere. Maybe they don't go to clubs. Maybe instead they like a quiet night at home. Maybe when they do go out, they go to nice restaurants. They go to the movies. Maybe they go to museums or the symphony. Maybe they go ballroom dancing to a jazz club versus a hip-hop club, or maybe they go to a comedy club and they like to hang out there. You never know. Maybe they like to go and hit a country bar and do some line dancing. Try something new. I feel like some of you get ideas to try this and that, but you don't, because you're not used to that, because it's totally out of your sphere, what you think you can do, what you're comfortable with. But Spirit's like, you're gonna have to open yourself up to some new things, even something as simple as going to a new store. So let's say, for example, you always go to Barnes and Nobles or Half Price Books to shop for books. Let's say you're a book lover and you read all the time. Well, instead of going those stores, maybe you pass a bookstore and you get the feeling to just pop in there real quick. And who knows, if you decide to pop in there, you might run into somebody, regardless if this is a romantic relationship or a new friend. Or you meet someone through someone else that you meet. So try new things. Get help from friends. Get help from other resources, even just by trying new avenues, okay? We have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So this is very particular, very specific. Someone has asked, is this truly the love of my life, the person I'm supposed to be with? And this is a big fat yes for those who ask it, and yet you're feeling it within you. You feel that yes in your heart, but for some reason you've got negative thoughts in your mind, worries. Maybe other people are creating this because they're manipulating you, causing worry, and you want to know, is this person genuine? And regardless if you're getting married or you're just been together for a long time, some of you, this is due to past relationships you've had that were negative. Maybe you've had people take advantage of you, or they cheated on you, or something else happened. I get the feeling of someone's having issues, or maybe have had issues with the partner's family in the past. It's like the true colors didn't come out until it was too late, or you have been together for a long while. But yeah, so if you feel it in your gut, you feel it in your heart, you know this is your message, this is your answer. Okay, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Some of you, it's like, I'm getting a picture of a watch, and it's like, when am I getting my soulmates? I thought, it's been such a long time. I keep getting messages that they're coming, or it's soon, and the year passed by, a year and a half, and you're like, why do I keep getting these messages? Well, it's all about alignment, right? Getting these messages is good. That means you're close. Work with your frequency. There could be a little bit of a delay because we're dealing with divine timing, and we're dealing with other people and their independent nature, right? Their free will, as well as yours. But also, it could also be dealing with alignment of your own energy. There could be something in your thinking, in your feelings and emotions, in your energy, that is in disbelief about being able to find or meet that love of your life. And this could be even just a reflection of how you don't fully love and accept all of yourself, okay? So some of you, that last part should hit home, because you've been so focused on getting love from others you don't really get love from yourself, and you really can't love other people and find someone who truly loves you as you desire or as you deserve to be loved, to get someone like that. Because if you're determined to get into a relationship, you can do that. It's just that relationship is going to reflect the energies you're currently holding. So if you're not holding an energy that is conducive for a divine soulmate relationship, then you're just going to find something a little less than, okay? Maybe even something similar to something of the past. So no, Spirit is giving you this card because, you know, a true love soulmate relationship, twin flame, whatever you want to call it, is worth waiting for, right? And for some of you, I do feel, you know, don't fret. You may not have too much more of a wait. I'm getting 1 to 3 months for some of you. Some of you could be a few weeks, but really I'm getting more of 1 to 3 months, up to 6 months most for a lot of you. There could be a few years for some, but those where it's going to be a few years, I don't think you're in a rush anyways, so that this may not be for you totally. But just keep that in mind. All right, distraction, tower moment, unexpected change, new opportunities, shake up your world. So Spirit's been doing a lot of shaking up for some of you. This could be dealing with things going awry, not just in romantic relationships or regarding possible relationships, but this could be dealing with family relationships, friendships, other types of relationships. So people at work, other people that you run into, etc. Some of you, it's like, we're giving you a clean slate, the Etch-a-Sketch, shaking it up, right? So, and it's a good thing. It's like Spirit is clearing the way for better relationships, not just romantic relationships, but all kinds of relationships. Some of you, it's like this repetitive energy, and it's not just throughout your family, but ancestral lines. I'm getting the lineage having certain energies running through, which causes repeated patterns that is being cleared up now, you know, cleaning up some of that karmic debris. So some of you are light workers, been dealing with this. Everything is wrapping up. I'm getting the number 10, which deals with conclusions, right? And as we have doors closing, we will have doors and windows opening. So often at the same time. Some of you are going to have multiple opportunities here. This can include jobs. This can include housing, other forms of opportunities and prosperity. So knowing that y'all have definitely manifested that, as well as new love. Some of you, though, where this is really pertaining to you, it may be the ones who are not really looking for a relationship right away. This could be months to years. And when I say months, I'm getting like more than 4 or 6 months. But it's like there's a focus of creating new life in your life, new opportunities, really getting the foundation down, and bringing in new people in your life. You may have a serious commitment in the back of your mind, but it's not going to be something you're actively wanting or looking for right now, you know, as a priority. Although some of you may run into romantic relationships, it's not like something that you are terribly seeking at this moment because of what you've been going through, and it's like a focus of self. So it's a little bit of like group 2. Some of you may have been drawn to group 2 as well, because this is more of wanting to focus on self, loving the self, building up that relationship with the self, creating new things in your life. Then you want to go into then it seems like you're telling yourself, then I'll be ready and I'll want a relationship after that. But it's not going to be something that you seek actively right now, even if you do find a relationship. So we have surrender, detach, trust, free fall, have faith that all will be well. So some of you have been dealing with a lot of hardships lately, especially in your past, and this can go all the way into your childhood, no matter how old you are. Letting go of that baggage, allowing yourself to go with the flow of current circumstances, and allowing you to try new opportunities, new ideas, thinking, changing up routine here. But I feel like more of y'all who relate to this card, it's going to be focusing on you and your heart, dealing with past negative energies that you may have encountered. Some of you, it seems like you've just been dealing with memories and other encounters that may be trying to pull you back into the past, not allowing you to move forward into positive relationships. So even if you're in a relationship, it's like you're still dealing with thoughts and energies of the past, and it's time to let all of that go, kind of like with the distraction here. When you learn to let all that go, then a lot of the new things that you've been desiring, manifesting, will come in. Better things, more positive energy will replace what you've let go. And I feel like some of you who resonated with this card, worth waiting for, you're dealing with this type of energy right now. And some of you probably been like, I've been dealing with it for a long time. Well, you're still in that mode, and you'll be wrapping it up soon. It just depends on you, your energy, and what you decide to do between now and then. Sorry, a box just totally fell on its own. So, pardon that noise. Let's see, stuck. Block, third party, silence, barrier, shift your focus to clear the energy. So definitely goes in with that surrender. I also feel like it can connect with that distraction. Really with that gut, I'm getting that nauseous feeling fearful, worried, frustration. Spirit wants you to do what you can to get rid of those emotions and feelings. So if you like going out into nature, if nature soothes you, do that. Go for a hike, go walk at the park, go do some recreational activities, dive into your hobbies. Shift your focus from the negative to the positive. Instead of focusing on what's not happening in your life, focus on what good is happening in your life, as well as taking time to think about all the good things you're wanting in your life, and try to put the energy there rather than in the past and on the negative. We have drive. So I feel like Spirit is really asking you to take the wheel of your own life. Allow yourself to go off the road. And what I mean by that is to take another direction, another avenue. Don't go down the same road, the same routine. Allow yourself to try new things. Go on different paths that feel more in alignment with you. Follow your intuition. So similar to group 2, because group 2 had similar messages like that, which also continues to help me think that some of you in group 3 may have been drawn to group 2 and vice versa. So be more of a focused driver as you go forward. We have rose bush, celebration. A lot of you coming into some new growth here. New love blooming, of course. I feel like some of you, once you get through all of this, whatever you want to call it, mucky energy, you really come into a new beginning. Kind of like how I touched upon over here with distraction, coming in with a new slate, new energy. A lot of good things coming in for you. This is what it's representing. Like how they have at the competitions, when you win first place, sometimes they give you a bouquet of roses, right? And I feel a lot of you, this is also talking about passion, drive, and willpower. Having that passion for yourself in your life to create the good stuff in your life, to go forward on dreams and goals, and really make a difference to yourself and in your life, especially if you're one of the ones talking about letting go to surrender to something good and better, or just starting a new clean slate, and building the life that you want. We have a bear. So some of you, this is talking about a spirit animal that may be there to help you. Bear is good for strength and wisdom. We think of hibernation with bear, so introspection, meditation, family protection, motherly care. I feel like a lot of you may be dealing with bear energy, maybe a spirit animal for some of you. But some of you, as y'all are going through these energies we're talking about with surrender, with distraction, even with stuck here, it's like you do need that bear energy, that bear wisdom and strength and confidence to continue forward, that loving energy to love yourself, to be strong and stand up for yourself, enough to allow yourself to embark upon new avenues, new opportunities, new energies, to take more of a positive, direct approach in reclaiming your empowerment and directing your life, knowing that you do have that strength to do that ability and capability. So these are your messages, group 3. I trust they help you and empowered you. Thank you for being here. Support my channel by liking this video and subscribing. Hit that bell to be notified for the next upload, and I will see you next time. Take care.